Hello and welcome back to an episode of our Albion campaign. It started as our Icenia will rise campaign, but of course now we are Albion. You may be wondering why I am focusing in on a bunch of just empty, uncolonized land, and well, it's because the glorious tendrils of Albion are starting to move towards this area, and we indeed will hopefully by the end of this episode have all of this under the control of what I'm just going to go ahead and call the Great White North. So, we have Albion in control. We are also in the middle of a war. We only have 9 war score at the current moment. Most of that is because we do not control the war goal, because someone else got in here and took these two provinces from us first. This province, or these two settlements from us first. This province is the war goal. We're going to just have to wait until they peace out. I'm not worried about waiting for them a little while longer. That just gives me more time to focus on other things. So let's go ahead and press that unpause button and let's start the colonization train going right there. And of course we're going to view pops and we're going to move in all these Iceni slaves. Again, not the most entertaining colonization mechanic. Maybe it is because I am kind of, you know, taking advantage of it, but whatever. Oh, and it looks like I am stuck and I actually cannot move any pops to that one location. Looks like I've had pirates in London. You know what? Get out of here. I don't want... The pirates, I'm not worried about them. They just kind of show up and do their thing. Let's see. Can I move all of them back to here? Yes. No. So it seems like when you go and take a new... When you colonize for the first time in a new, like, full-on region, you can't just move your pops immediately into it. So right now, all of these Iceni slaves are stuck in this place, yet I can't move them here. Move pop here. I keep hitting that button. Nothing seems to be happening. Oh, you know what? I bet it is. Maybe it's because I don't have a governor. Let's go ahead and put a governor in charge. How about you? You get local slave output up by 10% if you are the governor. You're also fairly loyal, you have a good finesse, and you come from a family. Perfect. Now can I move pops there? No, I can't. Well, interesting. I wonder what that's about. We'll just wait a couple months, because soon I will be able to colonize from this province again. I'm just going to have to wait until the 23rd of August, 575. So just a little under a year. Let's just keep it going. Let's see how far away from teching up we are. Again, we're making 110 tech points per month. Of course, our research ratio is poor. We are actually going to win that fight against those pirates. That's perfect. And now you are going to go and just sit in London and protect the port. Speaking of London, I think it's going to do us a lot of good to just keep building academies here. Of course, we will have to expand a little bit You know what, I'm just going to go ahead and say promote the infrastructure spending. That's going to allow us to build more buildings in this province. And looks like we still have a pirate problem. Again, pirates, not super worried about them. They just kind of are. Let's see. I think here, once again, I'm going to build some academies. Boom, boom. That will just help us a little bit more with the research ratio, which is what we want. I also need to think about where our next war is going to be fought. I think I'm going to try to go ahead and take out the, who are these? Lateau Brigands? The Lateau Brigands? I'm going to call them that. Let's go ahead and fabricate a claim. Ooh, the beating of hooves. Looks like Parthia becomes a client state of Pisuria, and so does Xanthia. Interesting. Let's see, what... Yeah, I think I'm going to do it for the settlement. So, Ibernia. I'll pretend that that's pronounced right. Iberonina. They have 0 martial advances. We should be able to just very easily run over them. Looks like we need a new researcher. It's been a while since we need a researcher. I'll hire you. You seem fine. Speaking of researchers, I could pay to have another invention. I might get the global food modifier up by 5%. That could be good. Oh, let's see. I could gain some popularity. That would be helpful. I would lose a lot of gold. I'm going to lose the food anyway, so I might as well. I'm not worried about gold. I mean, look at that. I'm getting 44 per month. That is amazing. I mean, you know, once you start to snowball in Imperator Rome, you tend to just kind of keep snowballing. And I know that a lot of people don't like that. They want there to be consistent challenges. But I feel like really, like right now, you know, I'm snowballing, but eventually I'm going to face Rome. And then maybe eventually I'm going to face Carthage. And those are also two snowballing forces. So when we do eventually hit, you know, Rome and Carthage, maybe they will be able to pose a challenge. We'll see. In the meantime, let's just keep on keeping on. I could get some horses. No, I don't want horses in the... Let's just go with woad. Local tribesman happiness. No, I don't have that many tribesmen. Maybe salt? Population capacity up 10%? Sure, why not? That's going to help the migration rate a little bit. Plus, it looks like I actually need to up the population capacity anyway, because in Venta, we have too many people. Also, I'm going to go ahead and just preemptively up the population capacity here by building an aqueduct, as well as I think I'm going to go ahead and... Let's see, I think I'm going to go ahead and build a academy. We are just kind of waiting for them to peace out. This might be just kind of a waiting game because who knows? Maybe the people who are currently occupying their lands don't want to peace out until we do. It's alright, I think we can outlast them. I'm going to go ahead and just get... Ooh, I could lose 2 corruption. That could be good. My marshal will lose 20 loyalty, but she's very loyal. I'll just do that one. I'm going to go ahead and take the aggressive expansion impact invention. That's good. That'll help. Especially because, you know, in this, I am doing a lot of... Well, of course, I'm doing a lot of colonizing, but I'm also just doing a lot of expanding. Oh, and is this going to be another situation where I can't move these pops? No, I can. Let's just keep... Oh, interesting. I seem to have kind of hit a snag because these slaves are required to fulfill the holdings in this. Interesting. So now I don't have quite enough slaves to do my my population roll. That's gonna be okay. Let's move some Iceni's slaves. No, I can't. Don't want to move them. I move any here. Okay, so we have hit our first major snag. That's going to be okay. Heck, I could just come back over here and move another train. And you know what? I might as well just do that. Let's look at for some Iceni slaves. Let's first look in Brugge. Actually, let's start here. Looking for any that say Iceni. No, just a whole bunch of Belgi. Alright, let's come here. Iceni, there's 1, 2. Let's move you. Looks like I hear a car alarm outside. Sorry about that if that's making its way into my audio. And I'll come here. Move as many... Oh, can I not scroll down? Is that the last one? And they're not Iceni. You're Iceni. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 Iceni. Again, this isn't the most tantalizing gameplay, but where did I move them? Any other Iceni slaves? No. Now I'm just slowly moving all these Iceni slaves. And let's go ahead and finish out this province. That's going to be good. We'll colonize it, move some pops. Let's move these 7 here. Unfortunately, I don't think I'm going to be able to keep the train moving quite like I hoped. But we'll keep going, see what happens until we run out of. And in the meantime, I do believe that you are set to, no, you should be set to cultural assimilate. Good. Good. Alright, we're cultural assimilating in a lot of places. That's good. Let's go ahead and just keep colonizing. Now we're able to just keep the train moving. We also should maybe look at... Oh, looks like you cannot... Oh, I have to colonize it first, of course. Now I can move them here. We should also just kind of look at maybe expanding into all of Germania, just taking all of the north. That would also allow us to eventually... I mean, with the efficient colonization that we're doing, I don't see any reason why we can't just continue and take all of the uncolonized land. That would make us nigh unstoppable, at least as far as treasury and manpower goes. It also would give us a ton, and I mean a ton, of uncivilized tribesmen. And of course that means we would have a bad research ratio, although I'm not super worried about that at the moment, because I think that taking all that land would make us nigh unstoppable. Of course, we are going to have to contend in some of the more populated areas. Oh, and it looks like we may have just peaced out at the wrong... that may have been a poor decision to wait to peace out, because they look to have taken this land. Not super worried about it. No one's getting... Can I just sue you for peace? Well, they won't accept that because... Well... You know what? I'll just wait on it. It's no problem. And now I'm going to go ahead and fabricate a claim. What province is this? What province do I want to take? This is the province of Chasuria. Let's take a look. Open our diplomacy. Fabricate a claim on Chasuria. Perfect. We should roll over them as well. I'm going to go ahead and move some troops to the border. I will leave I'll leave these 8,000 men there. 18,000 men there, because who knows. In fact, maybe I shouldn't move them all the way to the border. Let's move them there and move you all to here. Just get them a little bit closer. They're going to take some attrition if they actually come up that far. And let's, I guess, just keep on going. Colonize here. Move some pops. Actually going to just go ahead and move all those slaves, because then that will allow me to press the colonize button here. Which means I'll once again move all these slaves. Getting a bunch of... I'll go ahead and trade away some salt, that's fine. Ooh, some cloth, that's going to give us extra research points, that's great. And, yep, I'll just do that too. And I think I'm going to head this way on my colonization train. Can I press that button? No. Yep, so I'll just keep going. Move some pops. In the most tantalizing and exciting gameplay anyone will see this year, I just continue to move a bunch of slaves around. I'm sorry, I get that this isn't the most entertaining, but it is, at least from what I can tell, the most efficient. So I actually cannot colonize here. Why can I not? Cannot provide for any colonies. Has less than 10 pops. Oh, you are not majority Iceni, so I can't... Alright, so I'm stuck. I need to move some slaves here. Or actually, better yet, I probably need to just move some slaves out of here. So let's go ahead and do that. Let's move 1, 2... Alright, so now Yes, I can do this. Now, this is going to mean I'm not going to be able to colonize for at least a little bit, because I'm going to colonize there, and now that's going to stop me from being able to colonize until, let's see, January 16th. So, in exactly 1 year. That's alright. That gives us a year to work with. And look at the Albions grow. They are grabbing land in a hurry. Let's go ahead and just build, since I have plenty of troops to do it with, just some really light infantry armies. I'm thinking just 10,000 men of just skirmishers. I get that they aren't going to hold up in a battle line against a modern army like the Romans, but I'm just trying to build some very lightweight troops, because I think even just a 10 stack of light infantry, I might actually also... Let's go ahead and just build 2 armies of 10 light infantry and 10 archers. Because those are going to be very lightweight armies. They should not take a ton of attrition fighting against the Chulukia. Let's see what who the Chulukia are allied with. Yeah, that's going to be a fight. But in the end, I'm not actually super worried about it. I think we're going to pretty much... I'll go ahead and start trading with the Romans. That's fine. I'll trade with all of you. Looks like I have a black flagged army. Let's go ahead and move you here. Move you there. Trade some furs. That's okay. Hopefully, if I... Oh, looks like we have fabricated a claim on the Iberians. Let's go ahead and check out their diplomatic situation. They are allied with... Oh, yes, and I'm not worried about their allies. Let's go ahead and declare war. Why should I worry about their allies? I pretty much can stomp over just about anyone at this point. So, let us go ahead and declare that war. This will hopefully... give us better access to some of the land that we are colonizing, and really make this whole, northern dominance really start off on the right foot. So, let's go ahead and move this army here, this army there. And we'll start with that. These 18,000 men. Oh. Looks like we ourselves will gain some gold, but also some corruption. That's going to be fine. You don't have a leader. Let's go ahead and give you a leader. Also, you know what? I think it's time. Now that you don't have a leader, I'm going to go ahead and take all of these cavalry and just create another fast-moving cavalry army. Anyone with... That's horse archer. No. Anyone with anything that increases slave efficiency, effective commander. You're only a 3-star general, though. Or 3 marshal general. You know what? I'm going to do it. Your goal is not to actually fight. Your goal is to instead just march in and take ground. So let's go ahead and get that started. This 6,000 men, though, will be... You can take control. I'm also going to go ahead and add a couple men to you. Let's build some more chariots. 2 more chariots, maybe, and... Let's do 3 more chariots and 1 more skirmisher. Let's go ahead and move this army to there. Oh, and would you look at that? We can get another military tradition. Let's see. Light infantry cost minus 15%. That is one we definitely do not need. We are doing just fine money-wise. Not worried about it in the slightest. Archer offense would be helpful. Chariot offense would be also good, especially because I am starting to roll with more and more chariots. Let's see, would I maybe take this on the way to something else? Archer defense or light infantry discipline? No. What about if I started to march down this line? Wrong culture happiness is actually quite nice considering of how I'm moving into non-culture lands. Siege the walls would be good, although I don't know if I'm going to have enough time to get down all the way to the end here. Light infantry defense would be good. Army attrition would be great. Manpower recovery speed. Yeah, you know what? I think this, I'm going to start doing this. Let's do speedy chariots. Chariot offense goes way up. I might go ahead and start building some more chariots. Let's go ahead and move these armies together. This army will go ahead and start to siege down this fort. Let's take a look. Ooh, I might think about just going ahead and assaulting this. I have the manpower. You know what? Why not? Archers do a number in an assault, so do light infantry. And yeah, it does look like we are going to win that. We are going to take about 5,000 casualties, but I'm not super worried about it. Going ahead and getting a major victory this quick, plus taking 5,000 casualties, we will regain that in about 5 months. So at this point, we have men to burn through. And as kind of sad as that is, I'm not too worried about taking horrendous casualties as long as we can grow them up relatively soon. I am interested in ending this war. It might just be that it might just be that that war was for naught. I'm okay with that. Let's just make sure we win this war that we're fighting now. We took some slaves in the end. That's just fine. Let's go ahead and keep moving our horses around. They're going to help. In fact, I'm going to go ahead and just name them the first horses. Oh, and it looks like they're actually going to come and try to take some of our newly colonized territory. That's okay. I look forward to attacking all of these people. I'm at war with you, right? Yes, I am. You are going to get the brunt of these 15,000 men. Those 10,000, and then these 15,000 are going to come this way as well. This is going to be not necessarily what I anticipate it being a hard-fought fight. I do just anticipate it being kind of a long fight. I think you now should go straight to the next big fort. Looks like they're going to come and try to take my cavalry army out. That's okay, they're going to be reinforced. It's kind of unfortunate that they are coming in and taking some of the land that I colonized, but you know, if they want to focus on that rather than focus on my armies, I will let that happen. I unfortunately probably won't be able to take as much land as I wish I would take, as I want to take, just because I'm a little worried about the aggressive expansion. Obviously, I think I'm going to take quite a bit of territory, because, well, why wouldn't I? They just don't have, don't have a ton of aggressive expansion. Let's go ahead and put you in charge. Yeah. And you're a good sieging army. Let's go ahead and have you come down here into some of our territorial lands, because I think that you all won't take a ton of attrition. Looks like we are going to keep just kind of mopping up these little small armies. That's perfect. They're still black flagged. You're good. Yeah, you just keep doing what you're doing. Taking all these slaves, I might have to build some aqueducts up here. For instance, yeah, Venta definitely needs another aqueduct, so I'll go ahead and do that. We are also starting to lose food in the Venta region, so I might start trying to import some more grain. And it looks like they are trying to re-siege this territory back. That's alright. Let's go ahead and put a military commander in this army. You're very loyal and a 6 Marshal General. Let's go ahead and move you in, although you don't actually have full morale, so let's actually move you up. Are these my horsemen? They are indeed. They're going to catch the brunt of these 26,000 men. Let's see. All those chariots are going to do a number on them, but I'm going to reinforce. Yeah, and now it's going to start to turn the tide in my favor. I am going to lose a lot of men here. They don't have a tactics advantage. Neither side has a tactics advantage. We do have the discipline advantage. We've won that fight. Let's see if we can win this fight as well. Now we're really starting to do a lot of damage, and it does appear like we are going to win this battle as their line just starts to crumble. That was huge. We lost 10,000 men, but, well, we can reinforce those 10,000 men. Let's take a look at where they are reinforcement-wise. They are beginning to show their ills in their manpower. Let's go ahead and move this army down to here. And we'll move this army to here. You go ahead and just start retaking some of my land. You all, I don't want to siege them yet. You can go here. You... Let's see. You're kind of heavy, so I'll just have you go here for now. Ooh, I forgot I had 10,000 men here. They are going to come and just try to siege down about that fort. It's going to take them quite some time to get there, though. You can go here. My horses can go here. Alright, so we're letting our men move in order. Nope, you go here. Our strategy was basically just to overpower them in the north and force them to move south. It does seem to have been working, although there really wasn't much they could have done to stop me. Now I just want to kind of mop up some of the resistance that they had in the land that, well, was once ours. I definitely want to, when I get the chance, take on these 3,000 or those 4,000 men as I'm continuing to siege down the area that they had stolen from me. Let's move you down here. We have our 50%, do have 50 war score. That's looking good. Let's go ahead, and I know that we have been hitting that national citizen output, but right now I'm interested in manpower recovery speed, so pumping that up 25% is just going to give us an insane amount of national manpower recovery. Look at that, 1,152 per month for just what was once a lowly tribe that only had like 26 manpower regain per month. Gonna move, well, I don't need to move them in. Is there any kind of reinforcements? Completely out-teching them militarily is huge. I'm gonna go ahead and just lose that gold. Who cares? I have not done a lot of building this episode. Instead, I've been mostly focusing on just expansion. Speaking of, I want to take this territory back, or was it... Oh, did they take a lot of my slaves back? Can I not do any colonizing anymore? No. That's unfortunate. Although I cannot say I'm surprised. Hopefully we will retake some of our Icenia slaves. They seem to be willing to fight our armies in the field, which is probably not going to work out super well for them. Because we are victorious, although we are still taking a ton of casualties. More casualties than I would have liked to have taken, but again, I'm not worried because we are gaining back so many more men per month than they are. Let's check it out. These are green adversaries. They only have 2,000 manpower left. And we have taken this siege. 7 pops have been captured. That looks good. We are going to want... I'm going to go ahead and hit this button because I know I'm going to need to build some more... I might even... No, there's no reason to build a granary. Let's check it out. Yeah, not a granary. I could build... I guess I'm just going to have to eventually import some more food, or just stop exporting food from there. In the meantime, let's just keep moving south. Looks like there are two other armies fighting in our territory, or in what will soon be our territory, maybe. But they are not adversaries of mine. I could think about actually moving my fleets down this navigable river. Because I do think it's really cool that, like, this inland province here has a port. I love that. I love how inland some of these ports are. That's great. Anyway, we have 93 war score. Let's go ahead and just see what kind of peace deal we might be looking at. Obviously, I have to kind of pay attention to that aggressive expansion, especially because I want to keep expanding up in the Germanic regions. So, let's check it out. I know I'm going to want as much territory up north as possible. That's going to be 13 aggressive expansion. That's what our country would look like afterwards. I kind of like the shape of those borders. Let's see what would happen if I full annexed everything that I've taken so far. So that's going to give me 27 war score, or aggressive expansion. I don't necessarily know if I want to do that. I think 15 aggressive expansion and completely... Alright, you know what? I don't necessarily want to completely encircle that country. Let's go with 11 aggressive expansion. I'm going to go ahead and hit that peace button. Boom. And now, of course, we're going to put some of those pops to the sword. So we did leave them slightly alive, but now we actually have our name in 2 locations. We are going to have to do some major internal politicking. Looks like we're already set on culture converting, which is exactly what I want. In the end, I think that was a pretty successful war. I think this was a pretty successful episode. I do plan on continuing our colonization efforts very soon, but alas, I got a little bit sidetracked in fighting a war, and I think that is going to have to be for another episode. Anyway, I have been Ben the Bold. You have been you. I really hope you enjoyed this episode. I know, I'm sorry, I kind of got a little bogged down in the colonization mechanics, and then I actually kind of got really into fighting this war, so I kind of forgot to talk my way through it, but I had a lot of fun. I'm having a ton of fun in this Albion campaign. I really want to just try to move and take all of this area. Of course, I'm going to continue to expand into Gaul as opportunities persist. Anyway, thank you so much for watching. I hope you're having a great day. I know I am, and I will see you on the next one.